Hello guys, welcome back to the FIRL channel, your wormhole from TradFi to DeFi. In this week's episode, or today, we are going to talk about Malaysia. Can it actually be a crypto hub? Hello guys, as usual, nothing of what we say in this video should be taken as financial advice. If you actually need financial advice, please speak to a pro. Okay, so the reason we're talking about this topic today is because coindesk basically just asked this question: can Malaysia become a crypto hub? And so it cites a few reasons. I'm not going to name all. The top one is the fact that we speak English and we practice the British common law system, the Commonwealth system.
Yeah.
So it's familiar to a lot of parts in the world. And of course, if you speak English, that means that, you are
Massive
perfect for
advantage.
being a hub. So what do you think there are like other good reasons that Malaysia can become a crypto hub?
Yeah, so when you told me about this topic that we're talking about today, I did a reading as well, and I just only found out that Labuan is technically viewed as the Hong Kong of Malaysia.
Yep.
That means that the state is free of regulations and laws. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but apparently a lot of the crypto regulators are feeling, or crypto companies are feeling, that Malaysia is going to be a very crypto-friendly state to operate from. Yeah.
Yes, I think Labuan is a very unique place. Not something is the Cayman Islands, you can say, of Malaysia. That's where people set up fund houses or manage money or even offshore accounts, right? That is interesting because I think that goes in the conversation of capital markets, right? Of whether Malaysia is developed or not. And I think that is actually more on the negative side, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But I just want to add some of the other things that I think can make Malaysia a crypto hub. I think the first one is the fact that we are quite a talented bunch. I mean, in addition to language and all that, we actually are home to two very, very widely used and very, very famous
Yes, use them all the time.
websites. So I don't know what you want to call them, website, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is CoinGecko. We all look at, what's CoinMarketCap.
First thing in the morning on your toilet bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Like CoinMarketCap is nothing. Let's be honest. I'm not being patriotic or anything, but it's nothing compared to CoinGecko.
Yeah.
And Etherscan, right? This is the checking transactions and checking on-chain activity on Ethereum. So we definitely don't lack the talent. And so that makes us a pretty decent potential crypto hub. Now, of course, the article also went into Singapore, naturally.
Yeah.
And they're saying that Singapore will be, and some say it's already a hub, but as a cheaper alternative for another big Malaysian advantage, which is to set up businesses. So in Singapore, I don't think it's as easy because I guess you need to be a lot richer to start the kind of business that we're talking about here. But in Malaysia, ease of doing business is actually very convenient.
For various reasons.
Some legal, some not so legal. Okay. But that's another big thing. And linked to that is actually we do not have capital gains tax for
crypto.
The ruling on crypto is not out there. So this is a question mark, right? For stock investing, unless you park it under, I guess, a investment holding company,
Yeah.
Your brokerage account and all that is not really taxed, right? So I think if my hunch is right, as time progresses, they will treat crypto something similar to stocks, right, as a financial asset. And as a result, they probably won't have any capital gains tax, right? So if that comes true, then really we do have some ingredients to be not necessarily the premier hub in Malaysia, in the world, or in this part of the world, but certainly a decent alternative to Singapore, a cheaper alternative to Singapore. But so what else will you add, like in terms of why you think Malaysia could become a crypto hub?
I think right now, maybe from another angle, right? I feel that the penetration of crypto is relatively low. Of course, we have the premier name, exchange slash regulated exchange. One of our good friends work in it. It's called Luno. But the offerings of what they have is probably just a handful, 4 or 5 crypto, right?
Right.
And I think with investors having a larger and a growing appetite for maybe more exotic cryptocurrency that's not offered by Luno, I think there's a lot of room for competition. There's a lot of room for penetration here in Malaysia. If I was, I think I read a Luno article that goes saying that about 1 in 3 Malaysians actually, sorry, 1 in 4 Malaysians actually own cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So that's actually quite a huge amount of
Huge.
penetration there, right? Potential penetration if more and more of this crypto actually does come along. And I think right now in other parts of the world, there's a lot of competition going on in who actually can regulate crypto and offer crypto laws in a more, proper black and white manner. I think if Malaysia actually can actually get that framework out, we probably dominate this area here with the population, English speaking, ease of doing business, etc.
Yes. So that's like, so we talked a lot about the good part, right? I think we have to talk about the challenges. The first is, I would say, that the capital markets are undeveloped. So what I mean by that is the warming up to crypto by regulations is not quite there yet, right? We speak to people who are from regulation. They tend to have either they are totally against. So for example, stable coins, I think Bank Negara are not very friendly towards that for obvious reasons, right? Is a direct threat to the currency. But in terms of crypto, non-stable coin stuff, they're taking a wait and see approach. And actually, I approached, this is a side story. I actually spoke to someone from Bank Negara about this, right? About how I think about crypto regulations about crypto in general, and what I think about the regulators. And I jokingly said this, Malaysia's regulators are very straightforward. If they see Singapore doing it, they'll do it. And he laughed. So,
In approval?
yeah, well, I mean, he laughed. So he laughed with a smile. So he's never gonna say yes or no, but interpret that however you will, lah. And so what does this mean, right? It means that Malaysia, by definition, will always be a laggard. And the reason they want to be a laggard is because the way the Malaysian regulation works is that they are not proactive, they are reactive. So they want to make sure that they're absolutely safe, or at least other people are doing it, then they do it. Because if bad things do happen, then the regulators will say, hey, but this is within the line of international standards, or this is something that we couldn't do any better, right? If so and so country is also
way to
doing
protect our own
correct.
assets.
As a result, it's always going to be slow. Now, related to that also, and I'm sure you agree, right, is actually the number of coins approved available to be traded, right?
I can probably name them with one hand, man.
Yeah,
I mean, let's go like Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Bitcoin
Litecoin,
Cash, Litecoin,
Bitcoin Cash, and XRP,
Ripple.
everyone's favorite. Yeah.
Yes. So that is going to be another issue, right? Because if let's say, for example, right, people create tokens in Malaysia, yes, they can go global, but maybe they want to give Malaysians a head start, right, or something special. They can only do it if the Malaysians are already on DeFi protocols.
Exactly.
So that's going to be another bottleneck. But before I move on to the last one, what do you think? Is?
I think if anyone has tried to, or at least has, and I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. This is from past experiences in the past week, trying to get my IC renewed, trying to get my license renewed, trying to get things done in government departments. One of the reasons why I sometimes become late to the filming in the FIRL, it's because it takes forever to get things done.
Oh yeah.
And I think if anyone, and looking at how fast the crypto space moves, right? For example, if you didn't already know, the Terra network that houses the crypto Luna recently had a proposal to create a stablecoin that's pegged to the Malaysian ringgit called MYT.
That's right.
It is proposed, it is discussed upon, it is voted, and it is done all within 2 weeks. And now we have a stablecoin that's pegged to the Malaysian ringgit on the Terra network. And it's within 2 weeks. And I wonder if actually how long it actually take if we actually just bring it about to, regulators, legislators here, and it might even just disappear to oblivion, this proposal. And this is, again, through personal experience of trying to get things done with the governments. And I think the speed of it is one of the major downsides.
And to your point, everybody experiences this. And so, as usual, as human beings, we want to speed it up. And to speed that up, corruption will be involved. Right? So that's another downside, I think, when we compare to Singapore, where generally speaking, they are cleaner. So that's why, we are being realistic about, whether Malaysia can be a hub. And we also bring this up. If you're Malaysian listening to this, maybe you can tell us, right, in the comment section whether you agree or maybe we miss some of these things out. And if you're a foreigner, if you're not Malaysian, at least you get to know a little bit about Malaysia now. So before we end, do you have any final thoughts?
I'm good. I mean, I do hope that we end up being there, but it is definitely a tall hurdle to bypass.
I think being a Malaysian and being realistic, we have to realize that we cannot be a hub for anything because we are so limited in our resources, we are limited in our talent. We can be hubs in, let's say, in the palm oil industry or the rubber glove industry, for example. But something international like crypto, if we are like the 4th best hub or the 5th best hub, I'll take it.
Exactly. And again, the nature of crypto is decentralized global economy, right? Like, what does it actually mean to have Malaysia being a hub? Whereas I can connect to an account in the US, a friend in Canada, another friend in Korea, and just work through the blockchain, work through DeFi.
Yeah. And the hidden benefit, if there's any policymakers listening, is that if you create this as a hub, you're going to invite a lot of talent over, and you're going to be able to tap on that talent, not just for crypto stuff, right? Because all these guys, they are in development. So you're building a strong and powerful network for many, many other things, right? I mean, when it comes to web development and all that, who knows what? The sky's the limit. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and then I guess we'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, turn on the notification bell. And if you want to keep the conversation going, we have a very lively Telegram group called DeFiRL Degens, and we'll leave the link to it in the description or the comment section down below.